All right, so remember in chapter 4, there's 3 things that are going to happen. There's 2 linear equations, and these 2 linear equations are either going to meet at one point, and then you give me an x and a y, or they'll never meet, which are going to be parallel lines, so they will have no solution, or they're going to become the same line, which we did in the last video, and there'll be infinite solutions. Everything canceled out, and it became, if everything cancels out, then it's infinite solutions. This one, you're going to see how it becomes no solution. All right. So we have 4x minus 3y equals 12. We're going to do this one by solving by substitution. Each of these have a letter or a number in front of each letter, so it doesn't really matter which one we solve for a variable. I'm going to take the first one, 4x minus 3y equals 12. And I'm going to solve for, let's say, x. So, algebraically, I'm going to move everything over. So whatever I do to one side, I got to do to the other side. I'm going to add 3y. I'm going to solve for x. Add 3y to both sides. Canceled on this side. This side I have a 4x left equals, they cannot combine those, so therefore it's positive 3y and a positive 12. All right, let's solve for this x. It's being multiplied, so we're going to divide it to everything. All right, so x equals, can't do anything with that fraction, so it's just going to be 3/4 y plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. All right, we got x by itself. So now I'm going to take my equation that I've not used, the negative 8x plus 6y equals negative 30. And in place of x, I'm going to plug in my expression over here. So I have negative 8. Remember, if it's an expression, we have to put it in parentheses as more than one term. So we're going to put that in parentheses, and we have a 3/4 y plus 3. Close those parentheses. Don't forget the rest of my equation, plus 6y equals negative 30. All right, so now we're going to have to distribute this negative 8 in. I'm going to go ahead and just do this little baby step. Negative 8 times 3/4 to remind you about how multiplying fractions. Remember, a whole number can be turned into a fraction by putting it over 1. They're going to cross cancel. Do you see that? So they're both divisible by what? The top number and the bottom number are both divisible by 4. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 8 two times. So therefore, we're left with negative 2 times 3. That's just going to give me a negative 6. And then 1 times 1, which is 1. And we don't need that 1, right? All right, so then negative 8 times positive 3. So it's going to be a negative... Oh, I forgot my y. Ooh, don't forget your y. All right, so negative 6y. Negative 8 times 3 is going to give me negative 24. All right, then bring down my plus 6y equals negative 30. All right, combine my like terms. Oop, my variables are going to cancel out. So 0y minus 24 equals negative 30. So remember, with infinite solutions, what happened? With infinite solutions, everything canceled. When everything cancels, it's infinite solutions. This one, however, the only thing that's going to cancel is the what? Just the variable. So therefore, what happens if I divide by 0? If I divide this by 0, ooh, you cannot have a 0 in the denominator. No 0 in the denominator. If you have a 0 in the denominator, it's undefined fraction. It is not happening. You cannot have a 0 in the fraction in the denominator. All right. So when the variables cancel but the numbers don't, this is going to mean no solution. So remember, in infinite solutions, everything canceled. In no solutions, the variable cancels, but the number does not. This means that these are 2 parallel lines.